Hello and welcome. In this session, we'll explore the fundamental aspects of India's new Criminal Procedure Code. We're diving into the basics of the new Criminal Procedure Code, known as the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, or BNSS for short. This new code, enacted in 2023, is a significant reform, replacing the older Criminal Procedure Code, or CRPC, and reshaping how criminal justice operates in India. Throughout this unit, we'll cover updated procedures, the powers of various authorities, the rights of individuals, and the institutional structure for handling criminal cases, right from when a crime is registered up to the start of a trial. By the end of this session, you'll be able to understand the core terminology and structure of the BNSS, differentiate between various types of offenses and their legal consequences, and comprehend the key stages of criminal proceedings, from the first information report or FIR to the charge sheet. We'll also help you identify the crucial roles of the police, courts, and prosecution in criminal investigations, and grasp the important legal safeguards related to arrest, bail, investigation, and trials. Let's begin by understanding how offenses are classified. We'll look at some core terminology. First, there are cognizable versus non-cognizable offenses. Cognizable offenses generally allow the police to make an arrest without needing a warrant and to start an investigation without court permission. Non-cognizable offenses, on the other hand, typically require a warrant for arrest and often a court order to begin the investigation. Next, we have bailable versus non-bailable offenses. For bailable offenses, the accused person has a right to be released on bail. However, for non-bailable offenses, granting bail is entirely at the court's discretion. It's not an automatic right. Finally, we classify offenses as compoundable versus non-compoundable. Compoundable offenses are those where the victim and the accused can reach a compromise or settlement, which can lead to the charges being dropped. Non-compoundable offenses, however, cannot be settled outside of court and must proceed through a full trial process. Now, let's explore how criminal proceedings are initiated. The first information report, or FIR, and a police complaint are fundamental. The FIR is the document that formally marks the beginning of criminal proceedings. A significant concept within this is the zero FIR, which has legal standing. This allows an FIR to be registered regardless of the geographical jurisdiction where the offense occurred, meaning you can file it anywhere. Criminal cases are primarily classified into two types: summons cases and warrant cases. Summons cases are typically for offenses where the maximum punishment is up to 2 years. Their procedure is generally shorter and less formal due to the minor nature of these offenses. Warrant cases, conversely, are for more severe offenses where the punishment can exceed 2 years, potentially including life imprisonment or even the death penalty. Due to their serious nature, the procedure for warrant cases is more formal and elaborate. To highlight the distinction, let's compare summons cases and warrant cases in more detail. In terms of punishment, summons cases involve a maximum punishment of up to 2 years, whereas warrant cases involve punishment of more than 2 years, including life imprisonment or the death penalty. Regarding governing chapters, summons cases were dealt with under Chapter 20 of the old CRPC, while warrant cases fell under Chapter 19. A key difference is the framing of charge. In summons cases, it's not mandatory to frame a formal charge. The magistrate simply informs the accused of the particulars of the offense. However, in warrant cases, it is mandatory to frame a formal charge against the accused, ensuring they know the specific offense for which they are being tried. For the issuance of process, only summons can be initially issued in summons cases, not a warrant. In warrant cases, the magistrate has the discretion to issue either a warrant or a summons, though often a summons is issued first. Finally, their definitions were provided under different sections of the CRPC. Moving on to the police investigation and reporting. The investigation process covers distinct phases: investigation, inquiry, and trial. Police officers have defined powers and responsibilities to ensure their conduct during investigations is lawful. There are also specific search and seizure procedures outlining the legal methods for collecting evidence. Maintaining a case diary, often called a police diary, is crucial for documenting the progress and findings of an investigation. Regarding reporting on investigation, the police report or charge sheet under the BNSS is the formal report submitted by the police once their investigation is complete. Additionally, an inquest report has specific significance, and there is a detailed procedure for its preparation. let's look at the criminal courts and officers. The legal system operates with a clear hierarchy of criminal courts. At the district level, the highest criminal court is the Court of Session. Below that, we have the Chief Judicial Magistrate, who presides over their own court, and various classes of judicial magistrates. We also have executive magistrates, who hold administrative and executive powers, often involved in preventive measures and specific inquiries. An essential body for the functioning of criminal justice is the Directorate of Prosecution. This body oversees the prosecution wing and is comprised of public prosecutors and assistant public prosecutors, who represent the state in criminal trials. Their structure and role are vital to the legal process. Understanding arrest procedures and safeguards is crucial. The law specifies the lawful mode of arrest, detailing how an arrest can be effected. Individuals who are arrested have specific rights of the arrested person under BNSS, which are legal safeguards designed to protect their fundamental rights. There are also clear guidelines for arrest, often influenced by landmark judgments, such as the Arnesh Kumar judgment, ensuring arrests are conducted legally and humanely. Finally, we cover bail and bail bonds, detailing the conditions under which bail can be granted and the procedure for furnishing bail bonds to secure temporary release. Sometimes, the court needs to compel appearance of individuals or the production of things. To compel appearance, several legal processes can be used. A summons, which is a legal document ordering a person to appear in court, warrants, which are legal documents authorizing arrest or search, and proclamation, a public declaration often issued for an accused person who is absconding. An individual declared a proclaimed offender may also have their property attached by court order. To compel production of documents and evidence, legal mechanisms exist to require individuals or entities to produce specific documents or evidence deemed relevant to an investigation or trial. This includes procedures related to search warrants for seizing material evidence. Finally, let's look at the broader stages: investigation, inquiry, and trial. The criminal justice process involves these distinct stages. A trial generally aims to decide a person's acquittal or conviction and involves several stages: charge framing, taking a guilty plea, prosecution evidence, examination of the accused, and defense evidence. Core principles here are the right to a fair trial and a speedy trial. Focusing on the summon trial procedure, it is notably less formal and designed for the speedy disposal of minor cases. In terms of charge framing, instead of a formal framing, the magistrate simply states the particulars of the offense. A guilty plea can even be recorded in the accused's absence in some cases. When it comes to evidence recording, only the substance of the evidence is recorded, not the full verbatim testimony. Lastly, there's typically no sentence hearing. The sentence is often pronounced immediately after conviction. These differences exist to reduce litigation expenses, prevent harassment of parties, and avoid injustice due to prolonged trials for minor offenses. Thank you for your attention.